Okay, so we're all just swimming in information, right? Especially here in something fast-moving like B2B SaaS marketing. It feels like a real challenge sometimes to just cut through all that noise, to know what's actually working now, and maybe more importantly, what's going to get you real results down the line. And that's really why we do the deep dive. Think of it as, your shortcut to insights you can actually use. Today, we are diving deep into LinkedIn ads, specifically for B2B SaaS growth looking ahead to 2025. Because let's be honest, for a lot of people, LinkedIn ads can feel a bit like, throwing money into a void. But our source material for this deep dive, it's this really comprehensive guide. It lays out tactical steps, practical stuff to actually maximize your ROI. We're talking about getting those real nuggets of knowledge, the counterintuitive strategies that seem to be turning things around for conversions.
Exactly. And our mission today really is to unpack how these B2B SaaS companies can get more conversions from LinkedIn ads. We're focusing specifically on optimizing for the things that matter: free trials, demo requests, those high-quality leads. And we'll look at how things like precision targeting, proven creative, and full funnel strategies make that happen. It's really about understanding why these specific approaches are so critical for growth, sustainable growth, not just the how-to.
Right. So if you're listening and you want to stop guessing and actually start driving pipeline, or maybe you're just curious about how this kind of advanced digital advertising really works for businesses these days, then yeah, this deep dive is definitely for you. Okay, let's get into it. The first big idea from our source is kind of an eye-opener. Says the primary goal for LinkedIn campaigns should be driving free trial signups and demo requests, not brand awareness first. Which feels, it feels a bit backward compared to traditional marketing, doesn't it? Why isn't brand awareness the starting point here?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it really cuts to the core of why this approach is apparently so effective. The strategic thinking here is, it's pretty smart. For a SaaS product, a free trial gives someone immediate, concrete value. They get to use the software, kick the tires, and because of that direct interaction, trials tend to convert much, much better later on. Demos are also conversion-focused, obviously, but they're maybe better suited for the really complex, enterprise-level stuff where you need that personalized walkthrough. But the key point is prioritizing these direct conversion actions before you pour money into just getting your name out there. It's about pipeline first. And, what's fascinating is how they suggest tweaking the demo offer itself. Instead of just request a demo, think expert webinars. You showcase the software, sure, but within the context of genuinely valuable industry insights. So the demo becomes a piece of high-value content itself. It's not just a sales pitch, it's education.
Huh. So you're making the demo itself a draw, not just the promise of seeing the software. That is clever. And I'm guessing this connects directly to that integrated full funnel approach you mentioned. How does that work, especially if you're not starting with brand awareness?
Exactly right. It's about value upfront. So the full funnel approach they outline actually starts by testing these high-value demo and trial offers on, get this, cold audiences. Yeah, cold. Carefully segmented, of course.
Wow. Okay. Straight to the offer.
Straight to the offer. Then the next step is really strong retargeting, multiple touch points, re-engaging those people who clicked or showed some interest initially. And then only after you've got some traction with those conversion offers, then you layer in strategic brand awareness campaigns. The idea is that the brand awareness work should support the lead gen that's already happening. It builds general demand, sure, but it also helps improve things like demo show-up rates or trial activation rates for the leads you're already generating.
Okay, that makes sense. It flips the funnel, focusing on action first. So once we've got that mission clear conversions first, how do we actually do it? This is where we get into the tools, right?
Yeah.
Campaign objectives, ad formats. This sounds like the really tactical stuff.
Absolutely. The guide really zeroes in on two main campaign objectives for this strategy on LinkedIn. First is website visits. Pretty straightforward, right? Driving targeted traffic to your landing page, giving people more detailed info. But the second one, lead generation. This is really powerful on LinkedIn. It uses those native lead gen forms. Information gets pre-filled directly from the user's profile. Super easy for them to convert right there in the feed. Reduces friction massively.
The lead gen forms. Yeah, those are handy. Okay, and ad formats. Anything surprising there? I feel like everyone just pushes video these days.
Well, that's the interesting part. The guide actually points out that single image ads often outperform video, especially for that initial engagement.
Really? Single image? Why is that?
Think about how people scroll fast, right? A strong, clear, single image with concise text gets the message across almost instantly, before someone even decides if they want to watch a video. It's about lower cognitive load, basically. So for grabbing attention and getting that initial click for a trial or demo offer, single images are often killer.
Okay, so single image for the first touch. Where does video fit in then?
Video definitely has its place, but the guide suggests it's best used in retargeting campaigns. Once someone's shown interest, then video is great for showing off product features, giving deeper explanations, building more connection, but maybe not for that very first impression. And this leads to something they call the hybrid approach, which I think is really quite clever. It combines the lead generation objectives, so you have the easy lead gen form, but you also include a clear website link in the ad copy itself.
Ah, so you give people the choice right there in the ad.
Exactly. It gives the user control. If they want more info before committing, they can click the link and go to your site, research away. Or if they're ready, bang, they hit the button and the lead gen form pops up. Easy conversion. The thinking is this really improves lead quality because people who convert are either ready or they've self-qualified by checking out your site first. Better show-up rates, better activation rates. It just makes sense.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense, meeting people where they are. Okay, so we've got the objective, the format, this hybrid idea, but how do we find the right people? LinkedIn's big advantage is its targeting, right? That professional data.
Precisely. That's LinkedIn's superpower for B2B. The guy outlines some really effective targeting strategies. You can target based on interests, so people interested in specific software categories that relate to your product. You can target based on skills. Think about skills in software that integrates with your software. That's a strong signal of need. And another really good one is targeting members of relevant LinkedIn groups. Groups focused on specific technologies, industries, job roles, people actively engaging in those communities.
Groups, yeah, that's smart. Finds people already talking about the space.
Right. And beyond what you target, it's how you talk to them. The guide stresses segmenting your messaging. So for the actual user, the person using the software day to day, your ad copy should hit on things like productivity boosts, easier workflows, making their jobs simpler. But for the executive or manager, the decision maker, you shift the focus. Talk about team efficiency, revenue growth, the bigger business benefits, the strategic impact. You got to speak their language.
That's crucial. Tailoring the message to the role. And they mentioned a really specific tactic, too, the exact job title strategy.
Yes. This is about laser focus to avoid wasting money. Instead of targeting broadly, you go super specific. Like if you're a CRM software, you target CRM manager or head of sales operations. If you have a Salesforce add-on, you target Salesforce administrator. It cuts out a lot of irrelevant clicks and ensures your budget is going towards the people most likely to actually buy.
Okay, targeting down. And now the ads themselves, the creative. The source says certain templates just work better based on data. What are these magic templates?
Yeah, they highlighted a few proven ones. First is the problem ad. You start with a direct question about a common pain point. Something like, is your team drowning in spreadsheets for reporting? Or struggling to integrate X and Y. It hooks people experiencing that exact problem. Great for newer solutions.
Makes sense. Hit the pain point first. What else?
Then there's the process graphic ad. This uses a simple visual, like a flowchart, to show how your software simplifies something. Think messaging like, achieve result in 3 easy steps, or automate tedious task better, faster. It highlights efficiency and ease. Next up is the user-focused ad. This one uses an image of someone who looks like the target user, actually in their work environment. A doctor looking at medical software, an engineer at a CAD station. It creates that instant relatability. Hey, that looks like me.
Right, helps them picture themselves using it.
Exactly. And the last one is the FOMO ad, fear of missing out. This leverages social proof. You showcase success stories or logos of well-known companies using your software. Like, see how big company boosted ROI by X% with us. It implies you could be getting these results too.
Okay, those make intuitive sense. Problem, process, user, FOMO. Good templates. And any tips on the visuals themselves?
Yeah, one specific tip was about screenshots. Instead of using really busy full-screen grabs of your software, use clean, concise UI mockups that just highlight one key feature or benefit. Less overwhelming, easier to grasp the value instantly while scrolling.
Good practical tip. Okay, so we've got strategy, objectives, targeting, creative.
Yeah.
But none of them matters if we can't track results, right? Measuring ROI, optimizing. How crucial is that?
Oh, it's absolutely fundamental. This is where, the rubber meets the road. The guide stresses comprehensive tracking. First big piece, CRM integration. You have to track those demo requests, the trial signups, and importantly, how those leads progress through your sales funnel in the CRM. Are they becoming qualified leads, opportunities, closed deals? And you need to trace that back to the specific LinkedIn campaigns and ads that generated them. That means using your HubSpot, your Salesforce integrations, or tools like Google Tag Manager, maybe Zapier, to connect the dots. Without that, you're just guessing at ROI.
So connecting LinkedIn clicks to actual closed deals, that's the holy grail.
Pretty much, but it doesn't stop there. The second piece is application action tracking. This goes deeper than just the initial sign-up. It's about tracking what people do inside your software after they sign up. Are they completing onboarding, setting up their profile, using key features? These are signals of real engagement and potential long-term value. And the key is to push these good in-app actions back to LinkedIn as conversion events.
Oh, so you can optimize your ads not just for signups, but for users who actually become active.
Exactly. That's a much higher quality signal. It answers that question: which ads are bringing in people who stick around and use the product? And the third part builds on this: retargeting for activation and upselling. Once you're tracking those in-app actions, you can build audiences based on them. So you can run campaigns to re-engage users who signed up but went inactive. Or you can target your active users with ads promoting advanced features or maybe upgrade options. It's about maximizing that lifetime value.
Right, closing the loop and nurturing those leads you paid to acquire. It all comes back to data.
Constantly. The whole point of this tracking is to get actionable insights. You need to be regularly looking at the data: which campaigns are working, which ads are duds, which audiences are converting. Then you test. New creatives, different bids, tweaked audiences. It's a continuous cycle of optimization.
Okay, let's try and wrap this up. If we boil down this deep dive, what's the main takeaway for running successful LinkedIn ads for B2B SaaS in 2025? It feels like it's really about prioritizing those high-quality trial users and demo requests first, and then focusing hard on nurturing them into long-term customers by tracking and optimizing for what they actually do in your product. Maximize that lifetime value.
That's it, exactly. And the core principles to get there: remember, it's driving engagement with those high-value offers, free trials, expert webinars. It's using smart ad tactics: single images for that initial hook, video for the deeper retargeting. It's optimizing lead gen with that hybrid approach, giving users choice and getting better quality leads. And underpinning it all is that relentless tracking CRM data, in-app actions, and then using that data for smart retargeting to boost your overall ROI.
So, thinking bigger picture now. Given this level of precision we've discussed, the targeting, the tracking, what might this signal for how businesses connect with customers in the future? Not just SaaS, but maybe all businesses. How does this increasingly sophisticated grasp of audience behavior keep changing the whole marketing game? What new possibilities, or maybe even new challenges or considerations, does this kind of data-driven advertising open up for you, listening right now? Something to think about.